Okay. All right. Good morning, class. Did you sleep well last night? I hope you had a good sleep last night. Okay. So have you eaten your breakfast yet? Okay. Have you already done your homework? You remember I asked you to do homework that I dropped in our group Telegram. Okay. Okay, have you already had your breakfast? All right. So, if I ask you, have you already eaten your breakfast? What is your answer? Okay. Have you already eaten your breakfast? Okay. So the answer could be yes, I have, or no, I haven't. Okay. Have you done your homework? Okay. Have you finished your homework? Okay. So the answer could be yes, I have. No, I haven't. Okay. So, have you already eaten your breakfast? Yes, I have. No, I haven't. Okay. Have you done your homework? Okay, the answer could be the same. Yes, I have. No, I haven't. All right. So when I ask you these questions, what do I want from you? What do I want you to tell me? Okay. So I want to check the result. I want to check what you have done. Okay. Have you already eaten your breakfast? I want to check the result of your work. What have you done your homework? All right. So this is the short answer. Yes, I have. No, I haven't. Okay. But to make this a full sentence, you can say, I have already eaten my breakfast. Okay. For this one, have you done your homework? You can say, I have done my homework. All right, everybody, you can see here, okay, have you already eaten your breakfast? Yes, I have. No, I haven't. This means I want to ask the result of something. So if you answer, yes, I have, mean I have already eaten my breakfast. So the result is you are full now. You are not hungry anymore, okay? So you feel fresh, you feel happy, you feel energetic, you feel strong to attend our class, okay? This is the result of eating breakfast. So if I ask, have you done your homework? If you answer, yes, I have, means I have already eaten my breakfast. So the result is you are full now. You are not hungry anymore, okay? So you feel fresh, you feel happy, you feel energetic, you feel strong to attend our class, okay? This is the result of eating breakfast. So if I ask, have you done your homework? If you answer, yes, I have, This is the result. I finished my homework. So here, teacher, you can check my homework, okay, for the answers. Okay, so these are the results. Okay. So when you want to ask about the result of something, you can use these kinds of questions. Have you, verb 3, right? Have you, verb 3. Okay, so you can see here, have you, verb 3. Have you, verb 3. So these are questions. So in order to make questions for this, you can use have or has. If the subject is third person singular, you can ask question, has she done her homework? Okay. Has he already eaten his breakfast? Okay. So you have the verb have or has plus you or he or she, we call subject, plus eaten or done, verb 3, or you can call past participle, and plus object. So these are questions forms. All right, so let's move to how to make positive. These are positive forms. We can make a form from these examples. I, subject. Okay. Have or has. Could be have or has. You say she has already eaten her breakfast. Okay. He has done his homework. So verb could be have or has. It depends on the subject. Okay. Subject plus have or has plus, you can see here, have or has plus eaten, done, we call verb 3, or past participle. If not yet, you can answer in short, have you already eaten your breakfast? So you can answer in short, no, I haven't. Or you can say, I have not eaten my breakfast. So you can answer, I have, you put not, negative word not. I have not eaten my breakfast yet. Okay. So let me write in short breakfast because I don't have enough space to write the full word. Okay. Have you done your homework? I have not done my homework yet. All right, so we can see these are the negative forms. So you can have I as subject plus have or has if the subject is he or she or it. You can say he has, she has, it has. And plus, so we have or has plus negative not plus eaten and done plus verb 3 plus maybe breakfast, home verb, we call object. So these are called negative or negative forms. So everybody, you can see the three forms now. Have you already eaten your breakfast? Have you done your homework? This is why I want to ask whether you have done something, okay? So I ask about the result of the work, the result of something you have done, okay? So when we want to find out or we want to talk about the result of something that somebody has done, we use these forms. What tense, can you tell me, everybody, what tense can we use to talk about something we have done or talk about the result of something? What tense, everybody? Do we use present simple or do we use present continuous or past simple or what other tense? Can anyone tell me now? So we use present. What kind of present? Because there are 4 present tenses: present simple, present continuous, present perfect simple, or present perfect continuous. Which one among the 4? Okay. All right, so present perfect simple. This means our lesson today is about present perfect simple. So far, we have talked about other present tenses. So we have talked about present simple. We have already talked about present continuous. And today, we are going to talk about 2 more present tenses. They are present perfect simple. And soon, we will come to talk about another present tense, that is present perfect continuous. So now we start from present perfect simple. These are the 3 forms of present perfect simple: positive, negatives, and questions. Okay. So everybody, let's move to the use. This one is the forms, the 3 forms of present perfect simple. Now we are moving to talk about the uses. So you can say we use present perfect simple to talk about one, the result. The result of past actions. The result of what you have done in the past. Okay? So if I ask you, have you already eaten breakfast? Sometime before now, okay? Sometime before now is past, right? So if you ate breakfast before now, so the result is you are full, you are not hungry anymore, okay? So if you have eaten the breakfast, you can answer, yes, I have. This is the result of having breakfast. If you did your homework last night, or maybe 2 days ago, or yesterday, so the result is you have the homework to show the teacher, okay? So this is the result of your past action. Okay, so number one, we use present perfect simple to show the result of past action. Past action. Number two, what is it? So if we say pizza has finished. Pizza has finished his breakfast. Has finished. Okay. If I just say Pizza has finished his breakfast, do you know at what time did Pizza finish his breakfast? Do you know exactly when? Sometime before now, but you know exactly when? At 8 o'clock, or at 7:30, or at 8:15. Okay. So could be maybe before 7, or maybe at around 7 o'clock, or could be after 7, or could be at around 8, or could be just maybe 10 minutes before he came to the class. Okay. So sometimes before now, but we don't know clearly at what time. But we just know that he finished his breakfast before now. Okay. So this one, we are not sure about what time did he finish his breakfast. What time he finished his breakfast. This happened at, we call unspecified time, means unclear, means we don't know exactly what time it is. Okay. So you can say we use present perfect simple to talk about what we call completed, or you can say finished actions at unspecified time in the past. Okay, let's compare. So we say, if we say Pisette has finished his breakfast, means we don't know exactly when he finished his breakfast. But now have a look at another example. If I say Pisette finished his breakfast at 7:15 a.m. Now, can you see the difference? I say finished. I say Pisette finished his breakfast at 7:15 a.m. Okay. So this time I don't use has finished, but I use finished. This is past simple, right? But you can see the time now here at 7:15. All right. So when you say something about time, this is you call specified time. Specified means you know exact time, you know the time clearly, what something happened. Okay. You can see here because we have specified time at 7:15, at 8. Okay. So we use past simple. Okay. So you can make note. It is easy to write sentences or to talk about something that happened in the past. Before now, you can have two ways to say it. If you remember exactly the time when something happened, you can use past simple. Okay? You can say Pisette finished his breakfast at 7:15 a.m. Because you know the time, you have specified time, so you can use past simple. But if you don't remember the exact time, could be before 7, could be around 7, could be after 7, could be around 8, or could be 10 minutes before the class starts. So if you don't remember the time, you can use present perfect simple. You can say Pisette has finished his breakfast. Okay. Through these examples, you can say we can use present perfect simple to talk about completed action at specified time. So you can see here both action finished. You say Pisette has finished. This one also finished in the past. It doesn't continue until now. Also, if you say finished, this one also happened in the past and it doesn't continue until now. So whether you say has finished or finished, both of these happened and finished in the past. But if you remember the time, 7:15, you put past simple, finished. If you don't remember the time, you put it in present perfect simple. Okay? All right, everybody, let's move to another use of present perfect simple. Number 3, if I say Rita has visited Angkor Wat Temple twice. Twice means 2 times. Okay, so we also use present perfect simple, has visited, to show, yes, Rita has visited Angkor Wat temple twice. This shows what she has done in her life, right? So what you have done in your life, what you have done or what you have seen in your life is called what? Experience, okay? Experience. So if I say Rita has visited Angkor Wat temple twice, this means this is part of experience in her life to show what she has done, what she has seen in her life. So you can see we use present perfect simple to show experience. To show experience as part of somebody's life. Okay? Let's move to use number 4. Have a look at my example. The boy has broken his left leg. The boy has broken his left leg. What does this mean? Okay. You use present perfect simple, okay? The boy has broken his left leg. So, for example, we have 2 legs, right? So here I put leg singular mean 1 leg, left leg, okay? So if one of the legs, the left leg is broken, what happens to the boy now? Okay? What happened to the boy now? So, this is the result also. He can't walk properly. He can't walk properly. Okay? So, this is the result of what he has done or what he did in the past. Because in the past, the boy was restless. Restless means he did not stay still. He moved here and there. He climbed up the tree and somewhere. And he was not careful. So finally, he fell off a place. Unfortunately, unluckily, his left leg was broken. So this is the result. Okay? You can say the boy has broken his left leg. This is the result of past action. So because in the past he did a lot of things and he was not careful, the result is now he cannot walk properly. So this one also expresses the result of past action, not completed action, not experience. Now look at another example. They have studied at Norton University since 2019. So you say they have studied. Now, what year is this? Now it is 2021. So look back at what happened in the past. 2019, and 2 years ago was 2019, and last year was 2020. So if you say they have studied at Norton University since 2019, means they started, okay? They came in Norton University in 2019, and then they started. Okay, continue until last year, 2020, and they did not stop it. They continued from last year until present, 2021, and maybe they also continue until the future. Okay, so they will graduate in the future. So you can say they have studied at Norton University since 2019, means they started their study at Norton University in 2019, 3 years ago, and continue until now, and maybe continue in the future. So you can see the action happened or started or began in the past and continue to present, and maybe still continue in the future. That's why you can say they have studied at Norton University since 2019. Or you can say they have studied at Norton University for, you can say for how many years can you count? Let's count together. 1, 2, 3. Okay? You can say for 3 years. You can say in 2 ways. They have studied at Norton University since 2019. Or you can count the number of years from the time they started until now. How many? So 2019, 1 year, 2020, another year, and now it is 2021. So if you count the year, 3 years, okay? So you can say they have studied at Norton University since 2019, or they have studied at Norton University for 3 years, okay? So you can see here, we use present perfect simple, not to talk about result of past action, not to talk about completed action at unspecified time, not to talk about experience, but this time we use the present perfect simple to talk about something happened in the past and continues in the present. Okay, this is use number 4. We can use present perfect simple to talk about something that began in the past and continue to happen in the future, in the present, or maybe in the future. Okay. So another use. Look at this example. There has been a fire on the five-star hotel. This is just example, okay? The fire you can say there has been a fire on the five-star hotel recently. The fire has killed, okay, 2 people and injured several others. All right? You can see here we say has been, has killed, has injured. Actually here we say has injured, but we may put has just one time here. So you say has killed and injured. For this use, we can use the present perfect simple to talk about recent. You know, recent means something happens lately, newly, okay? Not long time ago, but maybe 1 or 2 hours before now, or 1 or 2 days before now, okay? In Khmer, we say ថ្មីៗនេះ okay? នាពេលថ្មីៗនេះ okay? So we talk about when we use present perfect simple to talk about recent events. Events mean something happened. Usually we use with the word recently. Okay. You can see here there has been a fire on the five-star hotel recently. The fire has killed 2 people and injured several others. So I think I have shared with you most, if not all, most uses of present perfect simple. Okay. So I think next we are moving to another present perfect. Okay, this time present perfect continuous. So you can say I have been eating my breakfast. I have. So now let's change the subject to he, okay? He has been doing his homework. She has been writing a letter. Okay, so here you can see I, he, she, we call subject, plus have or has, okay, plus been, plus verb ing, eating, doing, writing, verb ing. Maybe sometimes we need object, sometimes we don't need object. So to change to negative is easy, just add not. I have not been eating breakfast. Okay. He has not been doing his homework. She has not been writing a letter. So in negative, you just add not after have or has. Okay. Now we can have the form in order to have negative for present perfect continuous. We need a subject plus have or has plus not plus been plus verb ing, and maybe sometimes we need object. Okay, now everyone, let's move to how to make questions for present perfect continuous. So to make question, what you can do is just to move have or has to the front before subject. So you can say, you can ask, have I been eating my breakfast? Has he been doing his homework? Has he been doing his homework? Has she been writing a letter? Has she been writing a letter? You can have the question form have or has plus I, he, she, subject plus been plus verb ing plus object. Sometimes we need object, sometimes we don't. Okay, so these are the three forms of present perfect continuous. Negative, positives, you can see here, negative and questions. So let's move to part 2, uses. Now let's pick up this example. She has been writing a letter. What time is this? What time is it now? Let me check. 9:31. Okay, 9:31. Now it's 9:31 a.m. now. Okay, or you can say present. Now it's 9:31. If I say she has been writing a letter, means she started to write this letter before now. Let's say she started at sometime before now. Could be 9:15, let's say 9:15, or could be 9:20, or could be before 9. It depends on how long the letter is. So let's say she started at 9:15. Okay? Started. Okay? And continue until now. Now she is still writing. The letter is not finished yet. Okay? Now she is still writing. Okay? You see, the letter is not completed yet. It's not finished yet. Now she is still writing. Maybe she continue to write after now. As she will finish the letter, she will have a completed, finished letter after now. But now you can see she is writing, okay? So the activity of writing is not completed yet. Still, the activity of writing is still going on at the moment of speaking. Right? So if we say she has been writing a letter, means like this. She started writing this letter before now, and then continue until now, and maybe continue in the future. So this means we use this tense, present perfect continuous, to show or to talk about in completed action, not completed yet, okay, not finished yet, okay. Another example, Okay. If I ask this guy, hey, what have you been doing? What have you been doing? Okay. And this guy answers, I have been running. See, I have been running. For example, the guy is running, okay? And I see him, I ask, hey, what have you been doing? And the guy answers, I have been running, okay? So you can see, I'm still moving my feet and some parts of my body, okay? I have been running. So this means my activity is happening right now, okay? So he said, I have been running, means he wants to say the process of his activity is not finished yet. It's in progress, okay? So we can say we use present perfect continuous to talk about the process of an action or activity. It means something is going on now. Okay, another use of present perfect continuous. Another example for you. Oh, you are late. Oh, you are late. We have been waiting for you. We have been waiting for you for an hour. What time is it? 9:38. Now it's 9:38. So if I say, oh, you are late. We have been waiting for you for an hour. For an hour, I'll say, go back. 1 hour ago is 8:38, and now it's 9:38. So 1 hour. So we started to wait for you at 8:38 and until now. So if we count together, how many minutes? 60 minutes, 1 hour, okay? So number 3 here, we use a present perfect continuous to talk about duration for an hour. We want to focus on the duration, how much time, okay? That's why you say, we have been waiting for you for an hour, for 60 minutes. Okay? So number 3, we use present perfect continuous to talk about duration of an activity. All right, so everyone, I think I have picked up the main uses of present perfect continuous to share with you this morning, okay? So there are more than that, but maybe 1 or 2 more than that. But for now, I think I pick up the main uses. So there are 3 main uses of present perfect continuous. So let me erase this space. Okay, so far we have been talking about especially this morning, in our lesson this morning, we have been talking about two present tenses. They are present perfect simple and present perfect continuous. Well, let me ask you, how many uses are there for present perfect simple? Easy question, right? Okay. And how many present perfect, how many uses are there for present perfect continuous? Okay. How many? So we have talked about 5 uses, okay, of present perfect simple, and we have just finished talking about 3 uses of present perfect continuous. All right, so far, I mean from the beginning of our English session, English class, until now, until today, how many present tenses have have we been talking about? Okay. How many? Okay. Can you recall from the first session until now? This is the 5th session. We have done 4 sessions already. This is the 5th session. So we have spent 5 sessions already. Okay, so we have been talking about 4 present tenses, right? What are they? So 4 present tenses. One, present simple. 2, present continuous. 3, present perfect simple. And 4, present perfect continuous. So in next session, we are going to move to talk about other tenses. Now, let me give the example for this. to review what we have covered, what we have discussed so far. Okay. So you can say she cooks. No. She cooks food for the family. She cooks food for the family. And here you can say she is cooking lunch right now. Three, she has cooked. You can say she has already cooked lunch. Another example, she has been cooking lunch for an hour. For an hour. Okay. By look, so this one to show what? To show habit. Habit. Okay. Habit is what someone does every day, again and again. Okay. So if you say she cooks food for the family, means your mommy or your auntie or your sister does it every day for your family. Okay. So that other members in the family can enjoy the food. They don't need to spend time cooking it. Okay. So someone could be your mommy, your elder sister or your auntie, cooks it for the family. So she does it every day for the whole family. Okay. So you say, my mommy cooks food for the family. This shows her habit. This shows what your mommy does every day. The second example, she is cooking lunch right now. Means if you go to the kitchen now, you see the chicken, right? Chicken and meat and pork and maybe fish. Okay. So if you go to the kitchen now, you can see your mommy is busy cooking lunch for the family. So this means the activity of cooking is happening right now. It's happening at the moment of speaking. So we use is cooking, present continuous, to show something that is happening at the moment of speaking. Please look at the third example. She has cooked lunch. So this shows the result of the cooking, right? So this means the lunch is ready for everyone in the family to enjoy. Okay? If someone is hungry now, okay, you can start lunch first. Okay, this means to show the result of the cooking. The last example, she has been cooking lunch for an hour. This shows the duration for an hour. You can show, you say in completion and duration. Something that is not completed yet and is still going on at the moment. So you can use a present perfect continuous. She has been cooking. If you say she has been cooking lunch for an hour, this means now she is still cooking. And if you count the duration, the time, how many minutes, you can say for 30 minutes, for 45 minutes, for an hour, and so on, okay? All right, so everyone, so far we have discussed 4 present tenses: present simple, present continuous, present perfect simple, and present perfect continuous. This is just some examples to show the main use of each tense. But when we talk about each tense, I think there are more than these uses. Okay, but here it is just the summary of the main use of each tense. Okay, let's move to another part of this lesson. We can make comparison. So we can make notes. Especially the notes between these 2 tenses, present perfect simple and present perfect continuous. Notes. 1. If I say Rota has finished his homework, and Rata finished his homework last night. Okay, you say has finished and finished. So Rata has finished his homework. We don't know exactly what time it was, okay? So we use present perfect simple to show something happened at unspecified time. We say Rata finished his homework last night. So last night is specified time. So we use past simple when we know the time something happened. So the time is specified. So we say at specified time. specified time. Okay? Another note. You can say Bopa has visited Uncle Wat twice. Has visited. So here present perfect simple to show experience. But you say Bopa visited Uncle Wat three months ago. So here we use past simple to show something that happened and finished in the past at specified time. Okay, another example, number 3. The teenager has broken his left leg last year. Has broken. And another example, the teenager broke his left leg last year. By looking at these two examples, can we say the teenager has broken his left leg last year? Is it correct or incorrect? And why? Correct or incorrect? We use present perfect with specified time last year. Correct or incorrect? Anyone can give me the answers for this one? Okay, so it is incorrect. Incorrect. Why? Because you use the word last year, specify the time. So when we have specified the time, we don't use with present perfect. Okay, so that's why this sentence is wrong, is incorrect. But look at this example. The teenager broke his left leg last year. This time, is it correct or incorrect? Okay. So this one is correct. Correct. Okay. Because we use past simple with specified time last year. That's why when we say yesterday, last year, 2 years ago, this show specified time. So we can use with past simple. But when you have specified the time, we cannot use with present perfect simple. So that's why this sentence, the teenager has broken his left leg last year, is wrong, is incorrect. But this one is right or correct. The teenager broke his left leg last year. Okay, let's move to another note. Ravot has studied at Norton University since 2019. Or you can say Ravot has studied at Norton University for 3 years. Okay, you can see here we can use since or for with present perfect simple. Okay, so both sentences here, Ravot has studied at Norton University since 2019, and Ravot has studied at Norton University for 3 years. These two sentences have the same meaning. And both are correct. Both are right. But for this one, we use with since. Since you plus the point of time when something started, when something began. And for plus, you can count the period, the time, how many years, how many months, how many weeks, how many hours, how many minutes. You can count, and then you put after for 3 years, for 30 minutes, for 2 weeks. Okay, you count the number and you put after for. But since you write after since the time, the point of time when something happened, started to happen. Okay. Okay, number 5. You can say Mrs. Saran has lived in Siem Reap for 6 years. Or you can say Siem Reap for 6 years. You can see here we use has lived, present perfect simple, and lived, past simple. But both you can use with for. You can see for 6 years. For 6 years. Do these two sentences have the same meaning, or they are different in meaning? We say here for 6 years, and this one for 6 years. But for 6 years here, we use with present perfect simple. And for 6 years here, we use with past simple. Okay, do they have the same meaning or different meaning? Everybody. All right, so some of you may say they have the same meaning, and some of you may say they have different meaning. Okay, so this is the answer for you. These two sentences have different meaning. And how? If you say Mrs. Sarin has lived in Siem Reap for 6 years, this means now she is still living there. Okay? But if you say Mrs. Sarin lived in Siem Reap for 6 years, means now She is not living there anymore. She lives in other provinces. Okay? So you can see here we can use, usually we use for or since with present perfect simple. But we can also use for with past simple. The meaning is different. Okay? If you use for with past simple, means this activity is not happening right now anymore. Okay? Like you say, Mrs. Sarin has lived in Siem Reap for 6 years. This means she lived in Siem Reap for 6 years until now, but now she is not living in Siem Reap anymore. She moves to live in other places in Cambodia. Okay? Maybe now she is living in Kampong Cham, she is living in Svay Rieng, okay? But not in Siem Reap anymore. If you say, Mrs. Sarin lived in Siem Reap for 6 years. Okay? But if you say, Mrs. Sarin has lived in Siem Reap for 6 years, this means she lived in Siem Reap for 6 years, and now she is still living in Siem Reap. Okay? Number 6. My parents have lived here for 9 years, and my parents have lived have been living here for the last few months. Okay, have lived and have been living. And also we say for. See? For 9 years, for the last few months. By looking at these two sentences, you can see we use present perfect simple, have lived, for long time, or you can say permanent for long time. But you can use present perfect continuous to talk about an activity has been happening for quite a short time, or you can say temporary. Okay? So we say have lived for 9 years. So 9 years is quite a long time or permanent. And have been living quite a short time. Okay? Okay, now let's move to another use of let's move to other notes of present perfect simple, present perfect continuous, and with past simple. Okay. 7. How long have you lived here, and how long have you been living here. You see here you ask the question with present perfect simple. How long have you lived here? And another question with present perfect continuous. How long have you been living here? In this case, they have similar meaning, similar or the same meaning, because of the verb live. So there are a few verbs such as live, work, study, maybe stay. For these few verbs, there is no difference between present perfect simple and present perfect continuous. You can see here, how long have you lived here, or how long have you been living here? So they have similar meaning, or you can say there is no difference meaning. There is no difference in meaning. Okay? But not for all the verbs, only for these few verbs. Let me confirm again. Okay? The verb like live, work, study, and stay. Maybe you can use in present perfect simple and present perfect continuous. It makes no difference in meaning. Okay? So you can say I have studied at Norton University for 3 years, or you can say I have been studying at Norton University for 3 years. It makes no difference in meaning. Okay? Okay, I will still have some more minutes to go. We can move to other notes. 8. How many letters have you written? And how long have you been writing this letter? Okay, so you can see here we ask question with how many in present perfect simple. So when you want to ask question with how many, you use present perfect simple. How many letters have you written? But you want to ask the question with how long, use present perfect continuous. How long have you been writing this letter? Okay, have you been writing? And other similar examples. How much rice have you cooked? How long have you been cooking the rice? This one is similar to number 8. So you use how much with present perfect simple. How much rice have you cooked? And you use how long with present perfect continuous. How long have you been cooking the rice? So you can make notes number 8 and number 9. We use how many and how much with present perfect simple. Okay? How many letters have you written and how much rice have you cooked? And how long with a present perfect continuous? How long have you been writing this letter? And how long have you been cooking the rice? Okay. So here we use how many because letter is countable noun. We can count. Okay. 1 letter, 2 letters, 3 letters, and so on. Okay. So we use how many because letter is countable noun. And rice, you cannot count rice. Usually we don't count rice. Do we? Okay. So that's why we use how much because rice is uncountable noun, or you say non-count noun. Okay. But for how long it doesn't matter. Always plus present perfect continuous. Okay, let's move to another example. What else? How long? No, not how long, sorry. How long have you had this car? And how long have you been having this car? Here you use how long and how long. Are they different or similar in meaning? How long have you had this car? And how long have you been having this car? Okay, for this one, how long have you had this car is correct. How long have you been having this car is incorrect. Wrong. Why? Because the word have, the verb have is state verb. So for state verb, we don't normally use in the continuous tense. Even in present continuous or present perfect continuous, we don't use state verb. For example, in present continuous, you know state verb? State verb are the verbs that you don't see the real action or activity. Okay, we say action verb and state verb. Action verbs, the verbs that you can see the real activity. For example, if I say speak, you can see my activity, right? I am opening my mouth and move my tongue so that I can speak, I can talk to you. Okay? If I say I am writing, you can see I am moving my hands and with the marker to produce something on the board. Okay? If I say I am running, okay, you can see my action here. Okay? These are called action verbs. But some verbs like have, like, love. If I say I like the flower, you cannot see the real action of like. Okay? If I do like this with the flower, this one not state verb, not like, but mean I am kissing the flower. Okay, I am smelling the flower. This is action verb because you can see my action. I can say if I do like this, I am kissing the flower. I am smelling the flower. But if I say I like the flower, you cannot see the real action of like. Okay, so some verbs that you cannot see the real action, like have. If I say I have a small family, you cannot see the real action of have. Okay, if I say I like coffee, you cannot see the action of like. But if I do like this, mean I am drinking coffee. So drink, you can see the real action. So drink is action verb, and like is state verb. So for state verbs, we don't normally use in the continuous tenses. Even in present continuous, we don't say, I am having a small family. We don't say that. Even at the moment of speaking right now, you want to state that, I want to say it right now. I am having a small family. I am having a new motorcycle. Even right now, you cannot say, I am having. But you have to say, I have a small family. I have a new motorcycle. Okay? I like coffee. You cannot say, I am having a small family. I am having a new motorcycle. I am liking coffee. These are wrong. So for state verb, we don't normally use in continuous tenses. I mean, we don't use in present continuous or present perfect continuous. That's why this question, how long have you been having this car, is wrong. It's incorrect because the verb have is state verb. We don't use in the continuous tenses, present continuous or present perfect continuous. Okay. So it's better to ask, how long have you had this car? Okay. All right, so let's move to the last note, I think. Okay, one more note. The last one for you for this morning. He has played two matches, and he has been playing a lot of football this week. All right, so the last one for the note, I think we use present perfect simple to show the result. Okay, two matches. He has played two matches. And we use present perfect continuous, has been playing, to show we want to focus more on activity. Okay. All right, I think we have shared a lot this morning. I think we are coming to the end of our lesson now. So let's say goodbye, everybody. It's a bit over. I'm sorry for that. So we will meet again on Monday, okay, with new topic. Okay, thank you everyone for this morning, and have a nice day and also a great weekend. Okay, take care of yourself. Be careful with COVID-19. Okay, we will meet again on Monday. Okay, bye bye everyone. See you on Monday. Okay, thank you.